Hi, Anita. It's nice to see you again.
Hi, it's good to be here.
So I kind of wanted to start off today with kind of recapping a little bit of what we talked about during our last session.
Okay.
Um, so I know you had discussed how your daughter had just recently had a baby,
hmm
and so um, there was kind of a surprise to you.
Yes, yeah. I mean, she didn't ask me permission, which, our kids don't, but I mean, I'm kidding, but yeah, it was very much a surprise and a shock. And I was just thinking, oh my gosh, she ruined her life because she's very young.
Okay.
So that's just kind of what I thought. I mean,
How old is your daughter again?
22.
22. Okay.
Yeah.
So she is pretty young.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I did. And I didn't want the disappointment to come through in my voice, but it probably did.
Mhm.
Because it was hard to separate, myself from the emotion that I was feeling at the time. I mean, well, I got over it, of
Mhm.
course, but I'm just like with this, I feel like this heavy burden. I have to make sure she's successful and or trying to make sure the baby has everything he needs. It's my
Mhm.
job. I'm the parent. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, so I kind of what I heard from you was that um so you not only transitioned to the role as a grandmother, but you've also been having to do a lot of like helping your daughter with helping her raise her baby as well.
That's
So that must be
exactly,
hard.
yes, that's exactly right. I have taken that, role on and I'm willing and I was, we have these conversations, she and I. And so I'm willing to do that. He does not have a father in the picture. So he has only one parent at this time.
Mhm.
And I want to make sure that he has the additional support if I'm, and I'm the other caregiver and to make sure that he is emotionally happy and is getting all the love and support that he needs.
Right.
So I take care of, I provide that and I step into that role, and financially it's my responsibility as well. um and that's okay, but it's a lot.
Yeah, it does. It sounds like it's a lot. Because aside
Yeah.
from that, you also have your own responsibilities as well that you have to do. So it can
Yeah.
be a lot.
Right, exactly. Yeah, I do. And I try to make it be balanced, I guess, if that makes sense. Um, but I do, and I think as a parent, and now I'm a grandparent, um, I do put him first
Mhm.
before, I don't know, it just makes me happy to make sure that I know he's taken care of with whatever it is. And it doesn't mean financially,
Mhm.
but I mean like emotionally and mentally and psychologically. It matters to me if he's in a good place, so I make sure that that's all good before, I don't know, I guess before I tend to anything, but then they say like if you're in an airplane, you're supposed to like make sure you have air before
Right.
you can help anybody else,
Yeah.
so I really do try to make sure I'm, doing what I have to do to be balanced up here and everything
Mhm.
else. But it's I do carry that responsibility. I think about these things a lot, like a lot.
Okay.
So
And so, how do you feel like? Do you feel like this has been impacting you emotionally, like yourself? Because I know he's like a big priority for you right now, but how are you handling it? Like, how are you handling your emotions?
yeah, well, I'm here talking to you. So that
Mhm.
is, I think that's good when we
Yes.
seek out help. I think that that's good for us, that it shows that we're like, okay, we need something. What is it that we
Mhm.
need? So it's been very helpful to be able to come and talk to somebody. Um, but what it does to me is sometimes I have some resentment, and it's not towards him, but it's towards her. And so whenever things are not copacetic, or however, whatever the word is, in the house,
Mhm.
and there's tension for whatever reason, I can feel the resentment coming from the long time ago resentment, the fact that she had him early,
Yeah.
so young. I feel it coming out in those arguments, and they shouldn't, but I know that it's there. And so it puts me in a, funky way and all of that, but yeah. So it affects me sometimes, not bad. It's not bad. It's a loving house, but it's not perfect.
Right. And no house is perfect. So, but, so like when you're feeling that type of way, like, does it ever come out towards like your husband that's also living in the home, or?
Mhm. No, it doesn't. I'm pretty good at separating those things.
Good.
And the good thing is I have support.
Mhm.
So that's the good thing. I do have support from home. And I mean, it really helps for me because of the person that I am. I like to talk a lot. And so if I'm able to talk something through, it helps me kind of realize, going down this path or going down this path. Okay, if you do this, it's not going to be good for the family. If you do and say this, it's going to be worse, or it's going to be better if you try to approach it this way. And so I do try to do that, to try to bring myself back in. I haven't always done it that way 100%. There are times I've had to go back and apologize, and I have done that. And it's not easy. It's not easy because that behavior was not modeled for me when I was a little kid growing up. So
Okay.
I've had to teach myself how to, apologize to anybody, especially my adult children. It's not an easy thing.
No,
So
but that's really good that you're able to recognize that, and that you're also like, you were willing to, take that, take like your past and learn from it and try
mhm.
to like do differently than from what you
Yeah,
were.
good. Yeah, I didn't thought about it that way. That's really, yeah, I hadn't thought about it that way. So thank you for pointing that out. That's good for me.
Right.
That helps me.
Good.
Yeah.
Okay. So how do you feel about possibly like writing down your thoughts whenever you're having like those thoughts of, feeling like you have to do so much in order to be able to like make sure your grandbaby is good and he's being cared for and has everything he needs?
Mhm. I just recently was taught that, someone suggested, actually, they didn't teach it to me, they suggested it, to write it down. And I was thinking about, well, I'm already working, I write so much as it is. How about if I do something, like, because I love to do artwork. And
Oh,
so I thought, I could do like little projects or whatever,
mhm.
and it does help me, like reduce all the stuff that's going on. Um, I don't do it as much as I used to. I used to do it a lot, and now I don't do it as much. And I think that's why I have more, of this, like, I'm not as balanced as I was before.
Okay.
So yeah.
That's really good that you're able to, use your art to express yourself. So I think I would like to see you try a little bit more of that. I know it's hard, especially with
Mhm.
everything you have going on. And I know you
Mhm.
say you haven't really had the time to do it, but maybe setting like a little bit of time, maybe at night when kind
Mhm.
of unwinding, and maybe you don't even have to finish it at that point in time, but maybe get started and
I
maybe.
hadn't thought about that.
Mhm.
Oh, so I don't have to finish it. At least I could start on it.
Yeah, and maybe be working on it
Okay.
every night, and just, it's a good way for
Mhm.
you to kind of have that time for yourself as well.
That's a really good suggestion. I had never even thought about that before. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, good idea. Thank you.
You're welcome. All right, Anita. So, I'll see you next week.
Okay.
Sound good? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Bye.
Bye.